Hello friend, welcome to my channel Civilian. Friend, in this video I will show you how to find out the moment of inertia of a T section about x-axis and y-y axis which is passing through the CG of the T section. Okay, so this is a T section. We need to find out the moment of inertia of this T section about x-axis and y-y axis. So this portion is known as flange and this portion is known as wave. This is 50 mm and thickness of wave 20 mm and thickness of wave also 20 mm, and this point to this point 70 mm. So let's start. First of all, you have to determine the centroid of this T section. So here this T section is symmetrical about y-y axis, that is like this. Suppose this is y-y axis and you have to know the location of centroid. So in order to determine the centroid of this T section, you need this equation formula: a1 y1 plus a2 y2 a1 plus a2. So in this topic I have a video in my channel. You can go to the playlist and watch this video. So here a1 is the area of rectangle 1. This is rectangle 1, this is rectangle 2. If you have any composite section, you need to split it up in some plane figure. Here this section we can split it into two rectangle 1 and 2. So here a1 is area of rectangle 1, that is 50 into 20, 1000 mm square, and a2 area of rectangle 2, that is 70 into 20, 1400 mm square, and y1 is distance between the centroid of rectangle 1 and bottom of wave from here to here. That distance will be from here to here 70 plus this point to this point 20 by 2, that is 70 plus 20 by 2, that is 80 mm. Now we find out y2 is the distance of centroid of rectangle 2 from bottom of the wave from here to here, that will be 70 by 2, that is 35 mm. So we easily determine y bar. We use this value a1, value of a1 1000, value of y1 that is 80 plus value of a2 1400 into value of y2 that is 35. Now a1 plus a2, so this value will be equal to 53.75 mm. This is the value of y bar, that is from here to the location of centroid of this T section is 53.75 from here, that is like this point. So this distance is 53.75 mm. This is the location of centroid of this T section. Now we can easily determine moment of inertia of this T section. Now we draw the x-axis and y-y axis which is passing through the centroid. This is x-axis and y-y is draw. So we have to determine moment of inertia of this T section about x-axis. First of all, we determine I-axis. So what will be the value of I-axis? I-axis will be I1 plus I2. I1, what is I1? I1 is the moment of inertia of rectangle 1 about x-axis, and I2 is moment of inertia of rectangle 2 about x-axis. Okay, so what will be the value of I1? Now we determine I1. Okay, I1, again I1 will be we separate this portion. Okay, this is flange 50 mm, thickness 20 mm, and here like here location of x-axis is here. Okay, and so we have to determine the moment of inertia of this rectangle about this axis x-axis. So here will be used the theorem of parallel axis. So what is the theorem of parallel axis? Theorem of Ig plus a1 into this distance centroidal axis. This is centroidal axis which is parallel to x-axis. Ig is the moment of inertia of this rectangle about this axis, centroidal axis, which is parallel to x-axis. And let h1 square. So Ig, what will be the Ig? Ig will be, what will be the moment of inertia of this rectangle about this axis? This is 50 into 20 whole cube by 12. Value of Ig is 50 into 20 cube by 12 plus A1. Value of A1 1000 into, what will be the value of H1? See here the figure. This distance is y bar 53.75 and this distance is y1. So we need the distance this point to this point. So this distance will be y1 minus y bar. So h1 equal to y1 minus y bar. So that value is y1 is 80 mm minus y bar, value of y bar 53.75 mm whole square. This is the h1. So this value will come 72 into 10 to the power 4 mm to the power 4. Now we need to determine the value of I2. What will be the I2? I2, now we draw the portion, wave portion. Separately we draw the wave portion. This is wave portion and this is the x-axis and this is the centroid of this rectangle. This is 20 mm, this is 70 mm. This portion we draw. This is 70 mm, this is 20 mm, and position of x-axis here and centroid of this rectangle is here. So I2 will be here Ig plus A2 H2 square. H2 means this distance is H2. So what will be the H2? H2 will be, this is y bar, this point to this point to y bar, this point to this point to y bar, and this is y2. So here will be y bar minus y2. So H2 value will be 53.75 minus 35. Okay, so we put this value and Ig will be, Ig is moment of inertia of this rectangle about this axis, that will be 20 into 70 whole cube divided by 12 plus value of A2 1400 and this value will come 18.75. So here is 18.75 whole square. So value of I2 will come 106 into 10 to the power 4 mm to the power 4. Okay, so now we get the value of Ixx, that is I2, I1 plus I2. I1 is 72 into 10 to the power 4 plus I2 is 106 into 10 to the power 4. Okay, so that value will be 178 into 10 to the power 4 mm to the power 4. So this is a Ixx, moment of inertia of this rectangle about x-axis. This is one portion. Now we find out the moment of inertia of this rectangle about y axis. So what will be the Iyy? Similarly, I1 will be I1 plus I2. This is very simple because look at this axis is centroidal axis for both the rectangle, for this rectangle this is centroidal axis, and for this rectangle this is centroidal axis. This is why we easily determine I1 and I2. What will be the I1 in this case? I1 is the, this is flange and about this axis yy. If you assume this is a rectangle and this is centroidal axis yy, what is the, this is 50 mm and this is 20 mm. What will be the value of moment of inertia about this axis? You know the formula about y axis of this rectangle is, that will be 20 into 50 whole cube divided by, you know that db cube by 12, that d is 20 and b is 50. Similarly this will be 70 into 20 whole cube by 12. So this value will come 255 into 10 to the power 3 mm to the power 4. Let's see, friend, as in this case yy is centroidal axis for both the rectangle. This is why this is this calculation is very simple, and as it is non-centroidal axis for both the rectangle, this is why Ixx is complicated. Here use the theorem of parallel axis. So friend, if you like this video and share please share this video to your friend and subscribe my channel to get all the video at this topic. Thank you for watching.